Roblox fans, are you feeling the hype? What's going on, Roblox fans? Emil Hilson here. Huge price movement for Roblox after it released its latest earnings report. What exactly happened? I'm here to explain it to you all. Now, here's what the analyst has expected for Roblox in its latest quarter: about 636 million in revenue, 14 cents for a net loss. And what happened? Well, they actually met analyst expectations. But the thing is, why is there a huge movement in buying pressure? What happened? Well, the narrative is that the average daily active users increased 31% year over year to 47.3 million, and the hours engaged were about 11 billion, increase about 28% year over year. For them to meet the bookings, revenue, and net loss number, it's all right, okay? But what the narrative around this company is that they've reached the peak of user growth and there's not going to be any more. That's what it is. Well, that's wrong, because when you look at it like this, it's crazy, okay? This amount of growth after the pandemic shows to you that this game is still going to be very popular and there's still user growth. We're very pleased that during the third quarter, people of all ages across the globe chose to spend over 11 billion hours on Roblox, said Dave Bazitsky. We're happy to report that the developer community earned over 130 million in the quarter, on pace to earn over 500 million this year. As we finish 2021 and go into 2022, we'll continue to invest in innovative technology to enable our developer community to do what they do best. Growth in all our core metrics, daily active users, hours, bookings, showed strong year-over-year growth despite the coronavirus and back to school. Based on our October results, we appear to have a great start to the last quarter of the year. Huge narrative change for this company right here, and well deserved. So what really changed that narrative? Let's start off with booking numbers, which is basically the total amount of money that users have spent on its platform. Before the earnings report, there's been a lot of narrative saying that Roblox has gone past its prime and they are not gonna really grow back to that high level of revenue anymore. And so far, they are proving them wrong. You still have a drop in quarter for bookings, but comparing it to last year, it's about a nice 28% increase. And so far this year, it feels like they're matching their first half of the revenue. That's a really good sign that, users are going to continue to spend money on your platform, and they're spending more compared to years before. Let's really take a look at their four main costs for the company: their revenue, developer fees, stock compensation, and also their infrastructure and cybersecurity fees as well. But mainly taking a look at the cost of revenue and developer. Cost of revenue, it's about 130 million. And comparing that to last quarter, a 98% increase. Now, these are the numbers to be really be aware of, because as this company is going to grow now, they are going to continue growth. How are they going to minimize this amount of cost? Because that's going to really take away your profitability, right? I highlighted how that is a big increase compared to last year, and something management should really be aware of and try to figure out a way to lower it. And as well, you move on to developer fees. Developers is what really drives your platform, right? They create these different types of games and platforms, and they attract users. Are you paying them well, and how much are you paying them? How much are they taking out of your profits as well? We know compared to last quarter, it's about the same. There hasn't been much increase, but it's still at an all-time high. You look at it compared to the percentage of revenue, 26%, and the percentage of bookings as well, 20%. You'd love to see this number, the percentage of revenue, be lower. That means you're relying them on less for more of your revenue. And developer as a percentage of bookings in a way, it's still relatively the same. And I don't see this number, moving anywhere far away in the future, because you really rely on these developers to also bring in more bookings from your users. So they are your secret weapon, right? But the thing is, if you pay them too much, like what they've been paying right now, there could be a real risk in your profitability, which the company ultimately wants to be in. Let's take a look at the three main metrics that Wall Street and big firms are looking at when they invest in this company. Daily active users, hours of engagement, average bookings per daily active user. First off, starting with daily active users, huge growth. People say it's going to be stagnant and not grow anymore. Guess what? This third quarter has shown that is not going to happen. 31% growth year over year, at its all-time high at the moment. And so far this year has been going nicely in its growth. You'd love to see how the next quarter really matches this, or even higher as well. Also, daily active users split into region and age. First off, let's talk about region. The region makeup, you have most of its users very, very evenly, around America, Europe, Asia, and the rest of the world. But what's most attractive is that you look at the Asia active user growth. It's up about 75% year over year. And the rest of the world is also up 54% year over year. Compare that with Europe and Canada. Europe and North America, that's experiencing really slow growth. So you can see that in Asia and other parts of the world, this game is becoming a lot more popular. And I'm predicting that in the next year, you're going to see a lot of different regions know more about this company, not just as a North American game, but also a worldwide global game. On the other hand, you look at age group. Roblox, mainly known for being a game for children under 18, and any kid over the age of 13 is not going to really play Roblox now. But they're trying to change that narrative, and you look at it right here. Very important. Compared to last year, children or adults over the age of 13 has grown a 48% growth. Huge. That shows to you that people over 13 years old are actually interested in playing this game. All right, they're no longer just really a children game. All right, in people's eyes, they are more a game fit for all ages. And the children user growth is growing pretty nicely as well, 20% right here. The average bookings per active user has gone slightly down quarter over quarter, and I'd like to hear management's thoughts on that. Is it because of more newer users added onto the platform, not willing to spend that much in a way, or is there like unwillingness of those loyal active users not wanting to spend as much anymore? What could be trends for this number? And as this number, if it actually continues to go down, that's something to worry more about, even though you're adding more new users, because this is a huge part of your revenue. And what is management going to do to increase it more and also add more user growth? Some of the other metrics and numbers to look at is their monthly new payers, also some of their returning payers, and how much money they're spending. So take a look at this graph I've highlighted right here. There's a increase of average monthly new players, all right, and also monthly returning players as well. You can see here, compared to last year in the second quarter, 5.49 Now it's about 8.84. And it feels like the average monthly users has still been about there, not too much growth in a way. Love to see how they're able to get more user acquisition in a way. But you can see here a lot more returning players compared to newer players of this platform. Also, taking a look at the average spending per unique payer compared to last year, about the same. All right, so any trends and commentaries there? I'd like to know a bit more about that. Okay, and lastly, really important to take a look at the October highlights, where they experienced an outage for their servers for a few days into Halloween. They talked about some of the numbers before the outage and after the outage right here. And because of that outage, they lost about $25 million and another $6 million from these prepaid cards, for which our developers were not paid, for a total of $31 million. What did they do? They used a 22% calculation of that 31 million and decided that we're gonna pay back the developers about 6.8 million. So as you can see here, that outage affected the company in some good ways, and that's what it is. You run a server like this, there's gonna be outages. What can you do to prevent less of them in the future? And so that's really about it for this report. A really, really interesting one, I feel, because the narrative change of this company. For me, I bought this company just because I like the business model, and I think it's a great way of teaching investment to my cousin in a way. That's it for me. Thank you all for listening to this report. Hope you all learned something useful from Roblox. All right, this company could teach you a lot about this business itself and marketing in a way. So thanks, and see you all in the next video. Take care.